Hi everybody. So I just wanted to go over our class stretches with you. So that way while you're on your little break here, you can make sure you keep up with your stretching and also try to practice your dance as much as you can, at least one time a day. So that way when we come back to the studio, we haven't forgotten anything. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. I did include my email in the notes that I had sent to everybody. So we're going to start on the floor, beginning with our legs stretched straight out in front of us. We're going to point our feet and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Switching feet, so you're going to point one and flex the other, and then we switch, 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 switch. You can do that a couple of times. Do some ankle rolls if your ankles are feeling particularly tight. Make sure your back is up nice and straight, your shoulders are relaxed. Then we're going to reach forward. Flex our feet, try to touch our toes. We want to make sure that our knees stay nice and straight. You can reach to touch just your ankles if that's easier or more comfortable for you. That's no problem. You want to hold that, hold that, hold that, hold that, hold that. Then let go. Okay, then we can do our flex and point again. Ankle circles. Bottoms of our feet together for our butterfly stretch. Remember, you want to flap your wings so that way we can get a nice stretch in our hips, right? Then we're going to take that nose and go all the way down to the floor to your toes, right? Go all the way down, touch all the way down to the floor. Good job. Sit up. Try it again. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Sit up. Excellent. Now this time take your nose and go over to your right knee. Go over to your right knee. Sit up. Other side. Sit up. Back to the center. Sit up. Go over to the right again and sit up. And try the left one more time. Sit up. Good. We try to hold that each one for 8 counts if possible. We usually do it about 2 or 3 times depending on our energy levels. Next part, we sit in a second position with our legs open nice and wide. We want to make sure that our knees are looking up to the ceiling, keeping our legs turned out. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Now again, we're going to do it one foot at a time. So my right foot is staying stretched while my left foot is flexing, like this. Now I'm going to switch, 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 switch. Stay flexed. Now this time, put your elbows down on the floor or your forearms, whichever is more comfortable, and stretch. Now this is going to hurt just a little bit because it's going to be a little bit of time in between classes. So try to do this stretch at least 1 time a day, every day. Point your toes, flex your feet, point your toes, flex your feet. All the whole time making sure that your knees are looking up to the ceiling. Walk your hands back in, point your toes, reach over to the right, take your left arm and reach over, staying squared. I'm keeping my hips and my shoulders squared to the front. I'm going to hold that for an 8 count. Then I'm going to take this arm right here, my left arm, the arm that's over my head, and I'm going to reach out and go over to the other side. Bringing my right arm over. You girls are doing great. And guys, and moms, and dads. Very good. Sit up and come back to the center. Now, you should be a little bit more stretched in your in the hip area, so you should be able to get down just a little bit further. Flex your feet. Walk your hands back. Point. Now let's start over to the left. This time, we're going to actually fold over our legs. So we're going to turn our body and reach over. So this time, instead of my body being squared to the front, I'm squared over the leg that I'm stretching to. The tricky part is keeping this leg here turned out. So my knee is still facing the ceiling instead of rolling in like this. You want to make sure that it stays straight like that. Then I'm going to walk across the center and go over to the other foot, the other side. Again, keeping the opposite leg Turned out, my knee is looking up to the ceiling and not rolling in. Excellent job. One more time back to the center. This time, keep your arms nice and straight. You can flex your feet if you'd like. Walk your hands back. So when we're doing this, we tend to hold each exercise or each position for a full solid 8 count. I don't usually count that out loud. I count it in my head. And then what we move on to is sometimes we'll do the whole exercise again for a second time, just depending on energy level and how much everybody wants to put into it. But warm-up generally doesn't last more than 5 to 7 minutes, especially with the younger students, just because their attention span is not that long at that time of the afternoon. So give me a second and we'll do our routine.